That dies at the end of the turn. Pretty sure he has no direct damage left. But 2 taunts is probably better.
How shall I destroy you? Runs out.
Taunting this is pretty good. Unfortunately, this sheep's in the way. I think I have to, due to bad positioning, do this into the Sun Fury as the most likely way to not lose.
I'm out of cards!
Oh. Wait, is that lethal? That is lethal.
Let
Sweet.
none survive.
Oh, he made some serious mistakes this game by using Faceless Manipulator. But I found out this deck is terrible. But it's good to find out the deck is terrible while losing to an even worse opponent somehow. The reason not to just hero power taunt is because by having Sylvanas have to get killed, then that makes my chances of dying even less. Alright, well, we tried this deck, it's really bad. We tried that deck, it's really bad. This deck seemed bad. I just need to, you know, make the notes for my own sake. So let me start deleting some decks. So this deck is old hat and probably bad. This deck is bad. That deck's bad. How did this deck do? Zuzu. It went 2 and 4. That was pretty bad. That's just usual Zoo. This deck didn't do too well with me. Though it's supposedly a good deck. This tempo deck seems worse than Zoo. Barnes and Noble. How many times did I try that? It was 4 games. I was like, eh. This ramp deck's pretty cool. It's a little old, so it's the Yogg deck, Malagos. What are these mid-range decks? What is this? I have no idea. Let's see. These decks, it didn't really impress me that much. It's a bleeding of decks. You know, I'm in despair right now. I think something has to purify me of my despair. Thank you, Super Bua, for subbing for 2 months. So Purify is most obviously comboed with Ancient Watcher and Eerie Statue. The deck builds itself. And then you obviously want to taunt those cards in case the Purify doesn't happen. Let's see. Howard Shield is a good card. I think I don't include the Resurrection, since Resurrection is pretty bad with all these minions. Which means Northshire Cleric can join back in. Pain and Death as the support. Priest of the Feast should be pretty good. Maybe back to some Holy Nova action because of the clerics. That's a good old school card. I think Elise is really good because we might want to delete this deck and then get a new deck. I don't think Silence is good enough in this deck. Well, it might be. Maybe Spellbreaker instead of Silence. I've already got Taunt, after all, which is almost as good. Let's see, what else needs to be in this deck? Yeah, Pyromancer is always good. Well, maybe not in this deck. Faceless Shambler is pretty good in this deck, since he can copy the Eerie Statue. Maybe that means the Spellbreaker isn't as necessary. Summon a 1/1 copy of each of your other minions. Well, my minions are probably gonna stay on the board. No, I'm pretty sure this is not the place for Herald Valash. No, Entomb is pretty good. I don't think the Barnes is good enough, even though I have Purify. I have enough targets I need to Purify already. And then it's like a 3-card combo. 1, I have to pull the Eerie Statue. 2, I have to actually Purify. 3, I can't Purify the Eerie Statue that's already in my deck. I don't think Silence is good enough here. I mean, I have Spellbreaker. It's like delayed silence. And besides, I have all these defenders and whatnot. The Moat Lurker Purify column? I already have enough Purify targets. I'm not gonna add in more targets that are Purify. I mean, this deck does have some things going for it in that it might be sturdier than a control priest deck because of all the big statted minions and the taunting them up. Shaman gets away with playing the 4 mana Faceless Shambler to try to copy the 7/7. Priest can do that too. I could put in Moros. Seems like a good deck for it. It's got the powered shield. There's no, there's actually no Excavated Evil in this deck. Let's see, what gets the cut? I think a Cabal. Alright, well. I never thought that I would get around to building this deck, but the other science has been completed ahead of schedule. And I'm kind of in a despairing mood. So, it's a Purify deck. The Purify was meant to hit the Ancient Watcher near your statue. I decided not to put in Barnes, because even though Barnes' pull can be purified, I feel like I have enough purified targets already. I decided to put in Spellbreaker instead of Silence since it's more flexible, and because sometimes I won't get them silenced, I think taunting them up is good enough, so I decided to put in Protector and Defender of Argus. This deck is meant to be a control deck. It plays efficient stat cards that just have the slight weakness of can't attack. Have them hold the board with taunts. Late game, entomb good stuff. Maybe at least some stuff that isn't good. Purify plus this stuff is actually pretty decent value. And Moros can also win the game. So, there you have it. Could this be a thing? We'll see. No win conditions? What, you mean besides the 4 mana 7/7s and the Elise Starseeker and the Entomb and the Moros? There's plenty of win conditions. It reminds me of the way I play Dark Souls.
Anduin versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine!
The light shall bring victory.
I think that Moros is a keeper against Zoo. Probably shouldn't purify Moros. I think this deck actually has a decent chance against Zoo.
Why do you call?
Just really need to draw Ancient Watcher though.
Put this apple on your head.
Point Moros? Nah. Need to do that on better targets. I'll say is a Knife Juggler out. That'd be pretty bad. Anyway, I thought Zoo couldn't have anything way to deal with Moros.
Get it out! Get it out!
Yes, it's here. Four mass, 7/7. I can see the shock on his look, on his face.
So many possibilities. Get in there and fight, maggot!
Wait, why am I at 11? Two, 4, 5, 7. Two, 5, 7, 9.
I must consider.
Purify, go! Might still live. Yes, praise the eerie statue. Hey look, I've got the combo!
Well played. You have best.
That must have been a fluke.
Anduin versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
The light shall bring victory.
This deck, this card, this hand. There we go. Oh yeah, Doomsayer would be pretty good in this deck.
My greetings.
Ben Brode, am I making you proud? This is the despair you've put me through. Ah, your ramping cannot possibly stand up to my 2 mana 4/5.
What to do?
Now the only question is, do I coin out Eerie Statue or do I coin out the Spellbreaker? Probably depends on what he plays. Probably Eerie Statue is correct there.
Where shall I start?
Ooh. No, that's terrible. Pow! Oh man, this is the perfect curve. Incredible.
I wonder.
2 mana 4/5, 4 mana 7/7. Pow! Take that.
Magic shall not save you.
Cthulhu needs my shield.
Yeah, I don't want the Moros to get the Power Word Shield in this matchup because of Swipe. I wonder if I play Moros anyways though. Probably not. I think I can play a Sun Fury. Nah, I'll just play Priest of the Feast.
Blessed be this.
Need to combo Moros with that Power Word Shield. Yeah, face. I guess I'm willing to trade a Swipe for the 3/2 in Moros. Who knows how long it'll take before I draw the Powered Shield. And also, you might not have Swipe. Can't resist this potential value overload right now.
The land serves me.
Cthulhu needs my shield.
Yeah, look at this Steward value right there. I can make that a 4/5 taunt if I want. That's one of the few things I can steal with Cabal Shadow Priest on the other hand. Alright, guess I'll just do that.
Let me change your mind.
Hey, that's my game. wonder.
No swipe.
Do you hear it?
No swipe. Let's see, Faceless Shambler. I've already played a 7/7. I guess I can play a 4 mana 4/5 taunt. Ah, Purify combos, go! I'll do this first. No, I can. Yeah, it's fine. Purifier, go!
The land serves me. The Ancient One calls.
My deck has no weak cards.
Obey.
Maybe I'm a little lucky he's never drawn swipe.
What?
Man, that Cthulhu would pretty much wreck me also. Uh-oh.
My shield for Argon.
Probably don't need this many Shadow Word Pain since I actually have stuff to control the board. Oh. Oh, for ooh.
No. Do you have the artifact?
Well played.
Well, it's not over yet.
Shields up.
Maybe the monkey will lead to great success. I had the perfect curve! How could I lose?
What to do?
The perfect curve.
Well played. You have best.
Thank you, Super Bua Bear and Bonsu for the subs. We are... Well, the science was done. So, that's good. Let's try a deck that's been possibly good. So Anyfin's been doing pretty well for me. This is a deck that got a new toy also. Now I'm not absolutely sure which 5 cards you replace. I think a Sullen Vigil and Ivory Knight is a good place to start. So the card that this deck got, which is a new toy, is the Curator. The Curator can fetch any of the 4 Murlocs, and then one of the 2 Azure Drakes, and then one of the 2 Kodos. So I'm putting in 4 cards into the deck. Maybe instead of Solemn Vigil, I just put in Azure Drake. And then Kodo. And I also want to put in a Humility since there are only 2 Kodo. Maybe no more Ivory Knight. Maybe no Ragnar Slightlord. No, Ragnar Slightlord's that good. Replace an Acolyte since there's so much more card draw. And then put in 1 Humility. I do also want to keep 1 Ivory Knight in there. Maybe a Forbidden Healing. And then put in an Ivory Knight again. Yeah, Loot Hoarder. That's like the flex card. I also want to put in a second Ivory Knight, but that's probably too greedy. Maybe I just toss both Loot Hoarders away for 2 Ivory Knights. That's also possibly too greedy. Is this saved? I think I want to put in a second Acolyte. I think I tossed out a lot of card draw. But the Curator and the Azure Drakes are some pretty good card draw. Which card shall get the cut for the Acolyte of Pain? Or maybe this is just good enough. So the only card draw in this deck is 1 Acolyte of Pain, well, 2 Ivory Knight, 2 Azure Drake, and the Curator. That's in contrast to the last deck, whereas 2 Loot Hoarder, 2 Acolyte of Pain, 2 Solemn Vigil. So the Solemn Vigil is replaced by Azure Drakes, basically. And then 2 Loot Hoarder and -1 Acolyte. I guess one of those card draws is replaced by the Curator. I think that's cutting a little too much card draw. I want to put in an Acolyte. Or maybe I want to put in 1 Solemn Vigil and 1 Acolyte for variety of card draw. really want to cut a Stampeding Kodo, since the Humility Stampeding Kodo or the Elder Kodo combo has been around for a while. Like, not in this deck, but with the Curator, I feel like it's right up its alley to run 2 Kodo and draw that sweet, sweet card. Any other cuts will make this deck lose its structural integrity, though. Maybe I cut Ivory Knight. Ivory Knight kind of is the same thing as Azure Drake. So how many sources of healing do I have? Forbidden Healing, 1. True Silver, very light healing. Ivory Knight. Ragnaros. No, I don't think I can cut the Ivory Knight. I want 2 copies of Azure Drake and Kodo in there for the Curator. Any Fin has to stay. So if it's too bad there's no way to like lock in cards. So I lock in at least 1 healing. Of course those are locked and those are locked. Those are locked. That's 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 locked, that's locked, that's locked, that's locked, that's probably locked, that's probably locked, that's probably locked. Actually, don't have any cards I can remove. I guess Solemn Vigil. I don't understand why it's only going to save as Anyfin 1.1 as opposed to version 2.0. Is it because it's not a big enough change? Whatever, I'll manually adjust it so it saves as 2.0. The scumbag deck tracker. Why is it sometimes making it 1.0, 1.1 and sometimes 2.0s? This is a big change. Scumbag deck tracker. It's like a 5-card change. It's a 6-card change apparently. Alright. So, welcome to another deck that the Curator will either ruin or take to grand new heights. The Curator is one of my favorite cards of Karazhan, and it makes the most sense in decks that already run Beast Dragons or Murlocs. So I've decided to put it into Anyfin Can Happen, which runs the Murloc portion of these 3. In Paladin, Azure Drake is a fine card. Seems alright. Azure Drake's gonna replace the role of Loot Hoarder and or one of the Acolytes and or Solemn Vigil. It was tough removing all of those card draw cards. Stampeding Kodo is the beast that the Curator is going to fetch, and along with Kodo came a Humility since there are 2 Kodos, since I want there to be 2 beasts for the Curator to fetch at least one of them. overall the deck is going to be, it seems like it's a little bit more sturdy, although the card draw potential might not be as high, which is a major problem. And I want to put in a second Acolyte of Pain, but I can't figure out where. I also even cut some like massive structural integrity from the deck. I cut one Forbidden Healing. It's tough. But seems like an okay setup. Let's try it.
Uther versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
I will fight with honor.
Hey, 2 new cards.
Reporting for duty.
Oldies but goodies. Ah, he missed 1 damage. I would have traded.
Reporting for duty.
I somehow have a clear board and a weapon now. That's good. One of the things that gave me some hope about this deck is it's got one of the ways to defeat Menagerie Warden plus Stranglethorn Tiger. You have the equality clear.
Another night on the prowl. Another night on the prowl.
I think I'll use a Consecration for that one. Yep. Wow, his hand's really heavy right now. Oh, this is nice. It blocks Menagerie Warden. The alternative is to just play Azure Drake. Since this is kind of a weak play.
Let me think.
Well, with this I can draw a card which probably combos with Kodo. It's kind of weak. He kills it and then I guess I have to play this. This card just dies to so many tempo plays by him right now.
Join the pack.
Uh-oh. I need equality or a busto. Come on, equality.
My greetings. Well met.
Uh-oh.
By the holy light.
Well, that was kind of brutal. Yeah, I mean, if you play Doomster, you lose anyways, though.
Uther versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer, I will fight with honor.
Alright, I'll keep the board clear. This is a really secure hand. Just gotta decide how much value I want out of this. Praise the Doomsayer.
I wonder. There is little time.
Do I play the 4-mana 7/7? Yeah.
Tonight, a tale of terrible tragedy.
Bluegill Warrior Valley.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, anything can happen deck is ahead on curve. That's good.
Did you bring some fish?
Oh man, Coin Curator. That's gonna be incredible value. Need to make sure I have the hand size for it. I have 7, I'll draw 8, 7, 6, 9. So that works out. Oh, the card draw. The 4/6. I don't know if I can handle this value. Oh, that's pretty good though. Alright. One more turn.
The battle! The battle! Reporting for duty.
Wait, that's gonna make me overdraw a card. Well, I'll probably just play Tyrion first. I'll just overdraw a card and that's okay. Now that I think about it, Crater is best played later on to refill the hand. I want to play Tyrion the Hex.
To battle!
Because 2 equality wasn't enough.
I wonder.
Put your faith in the light!
Held equality Pyro since turn 0. Never had a pressing enough reason to use it. I probably should have taken another card, but the other cards were really bad. Oh no, the creator isn't fetching a dragon anymore. Oh well.
Charge roll!
Ah, no spell damage totem for your lightning bolt. Gimme,
The nursery is for guests only. Let the pain speak to me.
Ah, never lucky. Or maybe lucky on the Acolyte since I overdraw by 1.
My hand is too full.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, so anything is going to hit exactly that. Let's see, I think Azure Consecration could be best. Into Bluegill. It's only that much damage. How about just Bluegill plus Ivory Knight plus Hero Power? Yep. Want a heavy card.
Reporting for duty.
This hand must have been mostly spells the whole time.
Charge roll!
Shaman tree. Alright, so I have 2 chargy thingies. Seems like a good plan to start. Oh no! I guess that's fine. Let's see, do I have lethal with the next anything? So I've only had 1 war leader die, and then I've had 4 of those die, and then I might get the other one. Whatever, even if I don't win with this, I'll probably win. Oh, I should just do that. It's probably really close. It's 29. Yeah, that's good.
Uther versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. I will fight with honor.
In this matchup, I probably want to keep Equality Pyro. Even though I only want to use it on turn 6, possibly.
The end is coming!
I imagine if this deck could run more than 2 Doomsayer, it would. It's so good. Oh no, I have 2 beasts in my hand. Rip Curator.
Follow the rule. Where shall I strike?
Oh, the triple Acolyte draw, the value. Yum.
Bathe in flame.
Delicious Kodo food. This has been a tough game for him.
For justice.
I do need to draw a Pyro, though. At one point or another. I'd eat that, but I'll just bluegill it. Did I say pyro? I meant I need to draw equality. Oh, actually, I can just kill that with this thing. I probably should have just gone hero power. Actually, playing the bluegill out kind of helps. Doctor 6? No, I should have done Guy, because without an equality, I certainly would have gone Guy.
I wonder.
Join the pack.
Well, even without the pyro equality, I should still be able to handle this. Yeah, it's only a 5/5. I was ahead enough that this is not enough to deter me.
The menagerie is for guests only.
2 drill? Okay. The sacred trial. He hasn't played any swipes yet. But I'll try to stand against darkness at a key time. It's possible that Sacred Trial would have been best. Make Sacred Trial Guy there. There's a lot of cards. It seemed like they would play 4 minions. But he didn't play 4 minions anyways. Man, imagine the calls for a Sniperoo if I'd played that trap. Secret.
I wonder.
And to stand against darkness, I guess it makes him use 4 mana. Actually. Nah. Not yet.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Last warning.
With that dead, I can play anything can happen the next turn. Even better would have been draw the Bluegill Warrior. Because then I could charge into the Tiger. I went down just a little too much HP with that last move. I never got to cast Pyro Equality. Was I too greedy? Maybe I played this too greedily. What did I do last turn? I played
Another
Curator and then I
night
played the other card. That's rough. Maybe I did play too greedy. I probably did. I mean, on this turn, if I played Pyro Equality, it felt like it wasn't enough stuff. And I guess Pyro Equality, yeah, I think I misplayed on 2 turns. 1, I could have played Pyro Equality on an earlier turn. 2, I probably should have played Pyro Equality on that turn. It's just I figured that after Pyro Equality, he would have played a board even better than that one, and I wouldn't know how to deal with it.
Uther versus Khadgar.
Knowledge is power.
I will fight with honor.
I'm only gonna keep that whole hand. I guess the way I play is really feast or famine. Like, if the perfect situation comes up, I'll just have the answer, because I am such a stinge when it comes to playing answers when they're not perfect. But sometimes I need to be willing to play the imperfect answer.
Speak to me. Let the pain speak to me.
Someday I'll be just like you!
I wonder if both of us having an extra card is better for us or worse for us. Worse for me or better for me.
For justice.
Given that I have the clear, it makes sense that the more cards both of us have, the better it is for me. Since I can clear off lots of cards.
Let the pain speak to me.
Interesting. He has enough cards that the tempo doesn't matter. So I don't care which one I eat, and I won't swing the blade. Better if it hits the big one. Might not be a tempo mage. There's an awful lot of card draw going on here.
Let me think. For justice.
I can stall for the next 2 turns with Azure Drake Doomsayer both turns. It's kind of fun. There's a full hand, I'm sure he wants to play it. Let's do it again. choice.
Reporting for duty.
I'll probably like play a lot of cards this turn, since he's been saving them up for the Doomsayer, but I've bought myself so much time. These plays look really confused, I'm sure, to the bystander who doesn't know how to play this game, which explains why Twitch chat is very confused why I'm killing my own stuff. But I believe it to be correct, unless he's playing some kind of weird controlled mage which has never been seen before. When all you lose is a 4-4 in order to clear the board, that's really good. Let's see, I've actually managed to avoid drawing all of my Murlocs yet. It's kind of a problem. I'm tempted not to use the Pyro Equality, but I'm also tempted not to lose to Greed.
Let me think. I must move quickly.
This hand is ridiculous.
Let me think.
I don't have 2 Power of Equality, but once I use the first one, I'll only have 1 Power of Equality. And that's not nearly enough. This is probably one of the worst hands I could possibly be holding right now.